BackstageAxxess.com, and I'm talking with Don Brewer, drummer, co-lead singer, and founding member of Grand Funk Railroad. First off, thanks for taking the time to talk with us today, Don.
Well, thanks, Dee. Thanks for having me on.
And happy day after Christmas. How did you spend your Christmas this year?
Oh, it was terrific. We lived down in Florida, and we had all the family came down. We had some people come from New Jersey, and some people come from Michigan, and so we got the grandkid and the nieces and the nephews and the whole thing. So it was a wonderful Christmas.
That's excellent. Now the holidays, what does it mean to you? Is it a real special family time? Do you get together and jam a little bit while everybody's together?
Well, we had a pretty good party yesterday over at my daughter's house. My daughter doesn't live too far from me, and so we all got together. We haven't been able to get together in the past couple of years because everybody's doing something. My nephew's all involved in theater and stuff, and so he's always traveling. And and my sister, who has a dance studio up in Michigan, she's always got things going on. I'm always either traveling with either Bob Seger or Grand Funk, and so it's been difficult to get together. It used to be our deal. We'd get together and go to New York City and have Christmas there, but we haven't been able to do that. So it's been nice this year. It's been terrific to have it all together down here in Florida.
Well, I'm glad everybody got a chance to get together. And now you have a tour coming up. I know you're going to be heading to Niagara Falls, New York in January. We're looking forward to seeing you there.
We got a couple of shows coming up in Atlantic City this weekend. We're doing the 30th and 31st in Atlantic City. And then I think Niagara Falls is the 10th or the 11th of January.
Yep, January 11th. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, Grand Funk Railroad, the current lineup is pretty well established. You've all been together since about 2000, I believe. Can you tell us a little bit about your band of all-stars?
Well, it's myself and Mel Shocker, founding members of Grand Funk, along with Max Carl, formerly of 38 Special. Max is the guy that sang and wrote 38 Special's biggest hit, Second Chance. And for a lot of people, that might remember back in the 80s, there was a band in California named Jack Mack and the Heart Attack, and that was also Max. That was his band. Got Bruce Kulick, who played lead guitar with Kiss for 12 years when they took their makeup off. And Bruce is an old friend of ours from back in the 80s as well, and he's just a terrific player. He can play anything, but just a great lead guitar player. Now, Tim Cashin from Bob Seger and Robert Palmer's band is singing backup and playing keyboards with us, and it's a great band, and like you said, we've been touring since 2000, so we're going on 13 years of touring with this band.
And now I know you also toured with Bob Seger, and you mentioned Tim Cashin with Bob Seger. Is that how that whole thing developed?
Yeah, sort of, kind of. When we were looking for a keyboard guy, I called the people that I knew, and one of the people I knew was working in the Seger camp, and they recommended Tim, for the job. And so I called Tim up, I got his phone number from them, and that's how that happened, yeah.
Now, I know you tour, most of your shows are on the weekends, and you're pretty much, I think, trying to be home during the week?
We try to, and we, usually a lot of our stuff is over the summers, too, so it makes it nice that we're home over the holidays, with our families, so that's good.
And, again, with the Silver Bullet Band, as recently as last year, you toured with them, so what I'm wondering is if you're working on any side projects at this time.
Oh, boy, I've been so busy I don't have time for side projects. Which is good. I'm 64, and I never dreamed I'd be working this much at the age of 64, and I love it. So it's a good thing to be doing.
And I know also that when you do perform, every now and then you'll throw in some new material with Grand Funk Railroad, and I'm wondering if you're planning on releasing any of that, putting out an album or anything.
Well, we may. I think over the past 12 years, we've put together quite a few different pieces of music, and they come and go in the show. We don't always do the same show over and over again, and a lot of times the new stuff we'll try it for a while, and then we'll come up with something else and we'll try that. So we got about 4 new things in the show, and there's probably 4 or 5 other ones that we have done over the past 12 years that they'll eventually make it out.
Well, I think that would be something that the fans would really enjoy.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
As far as drumming goes, you've been hailed as one of the most influential drummers in the history of rock, and that came out.
Wow.
Yeah, it was in Modern Drummer magazine. That's a pretty big deal. And,
wow.
You're also you probably know all this, but you're in the top drummers list for Drummer World. I've been looking into your background, Don. And in the Classic Drummer magazine, you're on the Hall of Fame list. Now, being involved for so long, as you mentioned, especially, with Grand Funk Railroad since the late 60s, I'm wondering how your approach, or if your approach to drumming has changed very much over the years.
Well, I think I was, I was a lot more, I was wilder, I should say, when I was playing as younger. I think I've become more disciplined, and it's good. I really still, focus on being a high energy drummer. I'm not a laid back kind of guy. I like playing rock and roll, and I like people to feel it. So I really attack it. But I certainly am more disciplined now than I was when I was 19 years old. And I really have to work at it to be able to play at the age of 64. I walk 4.5 miles a day. I go to the gym every day. I'm constantly, practicing before we go out and do shows. And so I really, I take it seriously, and I know it's a very physical activity. So it's, and I respect it.
Is there anything in particular you do to keep your arms in shape for that?
Well, yes, I do a lot of shoulder exercises and arm exercises, and when I'm walking my 4.5 miles, I'm always squeezing a ball, so that's just kind of keep it going. I'm not into muscle building. I don't think that's beneficial. I just want to keep everything limber and loose and strong enough to hold the stick.
Well, that's a good plan, I definitely have to say. Now, you're also the co-lead singer in Grand Funk, and that's a pretty small group where you have lead singing drummers. Still to this day, I think, and I'm wondering, how do you think that has progressed over the years, and what would you maybe tell some drummers who are trying to do the same sort of thing?
To try to learn to sing. It's funny. When I came up, I always sang in the bands that I played drums in. So it really, as I was learning to play the drums and play with rock bands, I was also singing at the same time. So I really didn't have to learn how to do that. I can understand where if somebody learns how to play the drums and they play them for years, 4 or 5 years, and then all of a sudden they try to start singing along with it. It would be difficult because you've got your right foot doing something different than your left foot. Your right arm is doing something different than your left arm, and now you've got your mouth doing something different than all 4 of those. So that it would be difficult. But the way I came up, it all kind of came along at the same time. So it was I don't have to think about it. And I would say probably a lot of the other drummers, say Don Henley and some of the other guys that are singing drummers, probably the same situation. They probably always were singing as they were playing. So it makes it easy. It is quite a task. Not only from the syncopation of getting all those things going in different directions at the same time, but also the breathing. You expend a lot of energy playing drums, and you also expend a lot of energy singing. So you're constantly out of breath. So you have to learn how to, you have to know when to take the breaths,
Yeah, I'm sure that's a little bit difficult. And also with a lot of bands, the drummers tend to, although it's an integral part of the band, during a performance, it's almost a passive role where, there's not as much singing. And obviously you broke that mold a long time ago.
Right, yeah.
And I just, I commend you for that, because that's a tough gig. A lot of times you have a singer and they only have to worry about singing. And like you said, you've got all those different things going on.
Yeah.
So more power to you on that front.
It's fun.
Now, as far as the fans, what can they expect from Grand Funk Railroad with your upcoming tour?
Well, like I say, we do a few new things. We know that they want to hear the hits, and we focus on that. We do a high energy rock and roll show. We focus on what people expect out of Grand Funk, which is rock and roll, soul, and foot stomping music, locomotion, some kind of wonderful, shining on, walk like a man. I'm your captain, closer to home, inside looking out. What did I miss? We're an American band.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yep. As well as a few new things. So that's what it is. But we really try to give them a high energy deal, though. It's come out and have a good time, smile and sweat, clap, get up on your feet.
I have had the pleasure of seeing you perform before, and it is such a fun show, and you just can't help but to dance around and sing along.
And smile. That's what it's all about. The music of Grand Funk is very uplifting. I think it's very, it has a very up kind of a feel. It's not down. It's not meant to bring you down. So That's what we focus on.
Now, there's also a new website in the works, and I was wondering when that might be up and running, and what new things we can look forward to there as well.
Well, we got a bunch of new photos, that are going to go up on the site, and new stage photos, as well as new shots of the band, as well as an updated history of the band, and it's a whole new look and feel, and we're really looking forward to it. It's almost ready. I mean, it should be any day now that we get it, and I've been after the webmaster to get on it and get going. I would say that if it doesn't happen right on the first of the year, it'll happen shortly thereafter.
Now, with you and your band, having so many things going on, how do you get together for practice and things like that?
Well, we always do sound checks, when we're out on the road, and if we need to work up new material or anything, we're kind of based out of northern Michigan is where our base of operation is. Mel lives up there, and our road crew lives up there, and we have a legal office up there as well, and so we go up to Traverse City, and we'll fly everybody in, and we'll do a rehearsal for a few weeks if we need to. But generally we can accomplish most of the stuff on the road. It's sound checks.
Now, is there anything else that you've got going on that might be something new, as far as letting the fans know, or maybe a compilation of some a live DVD, anything like that coming out?
Well, actually, we're planning a series of shows this year where we're all going to be nude.
Excellent. That's just what we were looking for.
No, that's not going to happen. No. I mean, no. We're going to continue on doing what we do, and we're a classic rock live act, and we just love playing live and playing all over the country and having fans come out and tell us the stories about the first time they saw the band and that kind of stuff. So it's a good time, and we're looking forward to it. Getting another year of touring.
Sounds great to me. What's the old saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
I like it. Now, okay, well, Grand Funk Railroad currently on tour, making a stop at the Seneca Niagara Event Center. It's going to be in Niagara Falls on January 11th, and we're looking forward to seeing you at the show, Don. And on behalf of BackstageAxxess.com, have a very happy New Year, and thank you again for talking with us today. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, thanks, Dee. Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you.
We've been talking with Don Brewer from the legendary Grand Funk Railroad. I'm Dee Haley on BackstageAxxess.com.